Turning Point continues. Once again, Forrest Sawyer.
Now let's talk about paparazzi. We may not want to admit it, but we all love celebrities and hearing about their private lives. The people who publish the tabloids know this all too well. They have built a multi-million-dollar industry selling gossip. And any photographer who can catch a celebrity off guard can cash in. Those indiscreet moments aren't easy to find, which is why the photographers, called paparazzi, seem willing to do almost anything to get their shot. A curious and sometimes violent game of cat and mouse has evolved between the paparazzi and the stars, unlike anything you've seen before. We asked correspondent Robert Krulwich to take us into the world behind the pictures we see on the supermarket stands.
Here we are on an ordinary day, on an ordinary block in downtown Manhattan. Nothing much going on.
Unless you look closely. And then you discover there are a whole lot of people on this block who just happen to have cameras.
Like him, and him, and him, and them, on the chance that this man, John F. Kennedy Jr., who lives in the neighborhood, might just come out and do, well, anything. This is paparazzi video of Kennedy earlier this winter, about to leave for the inauguration in Washington. He tries for a little privacy. And now he's going to wait for his wife, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. The Kennedys know that some of these camera people have cars and may try to follow. So once Carolyn is inside, Kennedy will try for the quick and surprising getaway. Watch this. He backs up the wrong way on a one-way street and then swings backwards into an intersection. Right in front of a cop. See the guy in the cap? Who leans in and says, "What's going on here?" So now the camera folks have a confrontation, which is even better. Kennedy tells the cops, "They're bothering us." But the cop says, no, they can take photographs. It's okay. So they do. So here's 5 people, counting the paparazzi who took the video, all of them focused on the Kennedys. Sometimes there are as many as 10 on the block. Celebrities now call them stalkerazzi, and they're on the street to make money. The base rate for a John Kennedy photo, ordinary shot, is about $150. But something slightly interesting, say Carolyn cleaning up after the dog, $500.
The Big Apple has some dirt on JFK Jr.
A gotcha picture, John Kennedy dumping his personal trash in a public garbage can? Well, Extra wouldn't tell us, but the Globe paid at least $1,000. And a truly private moment, John screaming at Carolyn last year, that price is so amazing, we'll talk about it later. But it is enough to send John Kennedy out into the street to take his own pictures of the paparazzi's license plates. And of course, it's not just the Kennedys, it's the former Duchess of York, who says cameramen camped out for 4 days to shoot her and her financial advisor in their secret hideaway.
I don't really know what the answer
or Sharon
to it
Stone.
is. I know that I've been hurt. I've seen my mother thrown to the ground by these animals. These paparazzi at this level, this thing that they do, is violent. It is dangerous, it's abusive, it's really not okay.
But is attacking the cameraman okay?
I want you taking pictures of my child, all right? Buzz off, right now.
Actor Woody Harrelson, in an airport, grabs the photographer's camera.
No, turn it off. You just broke my camera.
Airports are public places. Photographers are allowed here.
Crazy?
Is celebrity violence okay? There is a war going on, and led by actor George Clooney, celebrities are organizing, boycotting TV companies that use stalkerazzi pictures. But how did we get to this point?
You gotta understand that this is a business. The stars get all dressed up to create an image, but we're so surrounded now by these images that they have created a second business. TV shows, magazines that say, we will show you what the stars are really like. Our appetite for candid shots of the celebrities has gotten so huge that in the last 10 years, the number of celebrity photographers has more than doubled, which makes it a lot harder for a regular paparazzo to make a decent buck.
Take, for example, Jim Smeal. Smeel sold more than 70 pictures to People magazine last year. He's been doing this since 1984, and on this day, the day of the premiere of the movie Evita, he knows he has to show up early to get a spot. He got here at 5 a.m.
Jim.
Yeah. Stand in your spot.
Through here. We'll do a shot.
The organizers plan where Madonna will stop for pictures.
Eight photographers, though, from here to this
This is a must stop. You cannot.
Associated Press, Reuters, all of the top wire photographers.
Okay.
Jim's spot is maybe 15 feet away.
They just said all they care about is the first spot over there. We're gonna get screwed.
Hey everybody, Jenny McCarthy's here welcoming you back to MTV's fabulous Evita premiere party.
All in all, Jim will wait for 14 hours.
They said roughly there was about 130, 125 news crews. That's what the studio released. Maybe 150, 200 photographers.
Come on, 200 photographers, all with the same photo opportunities? What is Jim hoping for? The editor of the National Enquirer, Steve Kaz, says that they're all hoping for the $50,000 shot. But of what?
What happens if Madonna gives Carlos a huge wet kiss and says, "I love Carlos," you know? And
Would you pay 50 grand for that?
Not for the kiss, but around the world, the guy who got the great picture of that could make $20,000. Because it's a lottery.
A day of waiting, and here she comes.
Excuse me! Madonna! 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 No! No! Madonna! Liz! Madonna, turn around! Liz!
Liz is Madonna's publicist. He's begging her to point Madonna in his direction, but it isn't happening.
Give us a chance!
Here's his chance. Let's time it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
I got maybe a few headshots of Madonna because the angle I had to shoot, everybody was leaning. Security was in the way. They wouldn't stop the crowds of people walking around. It was just a total nightmare.
What do you think of all this? Could you believe this?
It's kind of a circus. But
Why don't you give us a goddamn picture?
Thanks for talking. You look fantastic.
The truth is, after all that, 14 hours, he got nothing that anybody bought. Nothing.
God bless America. Tonight, it's a friggin' zoo, and it's just a nightmare. I should have went to the animal event because no photographers are there probably, and I would have gotten a hell of a lot more cooperation.
As the basic celebrity photo gets harder to sell, it's the unusual, embarrassing, spontaneous, goofy. That's what they want to see because it's different. Not so long ago, we saw famous people exactly the way their studios wanted us to see them.
Good night, Mother. Good night, Mother, dear.
Good night, darling. Happy dreams. God bless.
This is Joan Crawford in a public service announcement.
This is our best time. The best time for all mothers and children. The moment of wonderful peace and content.
Now, maybe Joan Crawford was this wonderful umami, and those really are her children upstairs.
Safe and sound. Happy and healthy. Sometimes I wonder if we really appreciate how very fortunate we are.
Or check out this picture. This is a candid of Ronald Reagan and Jane Wyman just relaxing out by the pool. But now let's take a closer look at his tummy.